Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, and I and my business Connect to Joy are all about connecting you to your highest and your best and finding what works for you in your life. This whole month, I'm talking about the summer of love, and I'm not going back. I'm talking about how you can have more love in your life. Talked the first week about love basics and kind of getting on the same page with you. Last week was about different types of love. And today we're going to talk about what are you looking for? What kind of love do you want in your life? I mentioned all the different types of love before. I talked about friendships, about significant others, of course, your children, your parents, your siblings, the different kinds of love that you might have, including the kind that comes from, I'd say, on high. It comes from within. It's that deeper love that has that peace and that joy in it. Some people want to go straight to romantic love, and that's what they're looking at. What kind of love are they looking for? They want romantic love. They want a soulmate. And that's great. You can have soulmates with friends as well as lovers. You don't need to go straight to the sex and everything with soulmates. I have a best friend, and I think we are soulmates at that level. And it's something that, whatever you're looking for, be clear with yourself. Know exactly what you want. Because if you know what you're looking for, then you can start realizing how you want to be yourself. If you know you want more friends and you want to have a lot more lovingness about with your friends, more connection, more them caring about you so that they actually I have somebody who says, "My friends never contact me. All I get are messages through email." And what she means are Facebook notifications. She doesn't even get like, "How are you? How's it going?" She gets those Facebook notifications. And she thinks because she's a little elderly that those are directly to her. And she goes, "Well, they don't care about me." She said, "They don't call me anymore. All they do is post on Facebook about their family." I said, "Okay, what do you want? You want more connection. You want to have friends who love you more. So what do you do? Do you reach out to them more? Do you act more loving? What do you want to do to get there? What are you looking for? What kind of relationships do you want? Because if you don't know, you aren't going to be able to put out in the world and ask for what you want. Everybody loves friends. Some people would rather be a hermit and they don't necessarily need anyone. But everyone needs someone, even if they won't admit it. And I will say that people, they like to connect. They connect heart to heart, and that's when we're at our best. That's when we feel the most love in our lives. So, what kind of love do you need that you're missing? Check out all your friends and your relatives and how do you feel with them? Do you feel like you're loved? Do you feel like an outsider? How do you want to feel? Maybe you don't like your family and you don't want to feel more love with them. Maybe you need to create your own family. There are so many people in the world. I mean, billions of people in the world. You don't need billions to be your friend. Who would have the time? You don't need more than one, well, unless you want to be polyamorous, you don't need more than one soulmate. That's a romantic interest at a time. You can do whatever you want. Who do you want in your life? What kind of love do you want? And then when you get out there, realize maybe you want people with integrity. You want people who are honest and trustworthy. And you put that out there. You are this person. So don't lie to people. If you want to have honest and trustworthy friends, be an honest and trustworthy person. And if you find you're attracting people that aren't that way, then you need to look at yourself and say, okay, what do I need to do to shift? How can I adjust my beingness, my thinking, my whatever it is, so that you can love yourself more? You can put out that feeling that will attract those types of people to you. If you want, I know they tell people if you want to go online and look for love, make a list. Make a list of every single thing you want that's pages long, and then pull out the 4 or 5 things that you can't live without. Be aware of all the other things, but you don't need to check every single box on 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 items, which if you get really to the details, you can actually get that many, believe it or not. If some people are going to go, well, I got 300. Somebody else will say, well, I couldn't come up with more than 5. So just realize that having that list is fine for whoever you want. Putting things on paper, but don't stare at them all the time. If you're looking for a love interest and you're online, realize that you need certain things that are non-negotiables. You want, what are you looking for? You want, like I said, somebody with integrity, which to me, the word integrity covers a lot of stuff. It's one word for 5 things. Integrity is honesty, it's trustworthiness, it's loyal, it's honest, it's all those things so I don't have to have different words for it. And I know it in my heart, that's what it means. So one word is good. So I get 4 more words. Looking at what you want is so important because you won't get it unless you know what you want. You have to ask for it in your being. Always take the time, whether you do it in meditation or just when you close your eyes and stop and breathe and be in the present moment. Think about it. Go, what do I want? I want that soulmate, or I want that best friend that I don't have, or maybe you lost that person, maybe they died or they moved away and it wasn't a forever kind of friend, and you want another one. Whatever it may be, take that breath and go, okay, what do I want? I want love. I want the kind of love that, fill in the blank. Know yourself. Be honest with yourself. And then look at the kind of what you want with love, but also look at how you're treating yourself. Are you that person? If you say, I want somebody who is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you go, great. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If I'm not, why do I think I'm going to attract that person to me? Why would they stay my friend or my lover if I am not the same things I'm looking for? Like attracts like. So if you want someone who is honest and you aren't, that person's not going to stay with you once they figure out that you're not honest. If you want someone who has money, you need to be clear with yourself how important that is. Maybe you just want somebody who's not in debt. Someone who's skilled with money. Money is something people shy away from because there's always, the gold diggers. But let me say this about that, as the saying may go. Let me say this about that. You need to be clear with yourself and don't be embarrassed. You don't have to tell anybody else if you don't want to, but don't be embarrassed. What do you want? Because you might take on somebody who is in debt. You might take on somebody who isn't in debt, but who has no clue how to work with money. They're not skilled. It's not something they have as a skill. Does it matter to you? Do they have to have a lot of money? Do they have to be comfortable because you don't want them living off of you? All those kinds of things when you're looking for a friend, but especially a spouse or a love interest, those things are things that you can't shy away from. You have to decide what's important to you, whatever that is, and be honest with yourself. I know the first time I was looking for somebody and I made a list, I said prosperity minded because being in Unity for most of my life at Unity Church, that's what you said. You didn't talk about money and cash and savings and investments and any of that stuff. That was not spiritual. Now, this was just the way I looked at it. I don't know if that's the way that Unity meant for me to look at it, but to me, so I said I wanted somebody prosperity minded. And I met somebody prosperity minded. They had no skill with money. They had been in debt and hadn't paid their taxes for a while, but that was all cleared up by the time I met them. Everything was fine, but they had zero information on how to deal with money. The skill set just wasn't there. And that's not a bad thing. It's just something you have to decide if you can handle. And if the person doesn't want to learn it, they aren't going to. It's up to you to decide how you want to deal with it. How important is that to you? So I learned I can't use words like prosperity minded because it doesn't mean the same thing as someone who knows how to handle money, how to pay their bills on time, how to make money, and keep it and invest it and all that kind of stuff. So you have to decide. I'm just talking about money because it's such an issue people don't talk about. When you're saying, what do you want? this is all romantic. It's all whatever you're looking for. But look also, of course, what kind of relationship do you want to have with a parent? With someone who, I know someone who doesn't talk to any of their children, but wants to. What kind of relationship do you want? And then how do you go about creating it? Even if it's all subliminal, it's all energetically inside of you and changing you and shifting you, that may then have them reach out to you at some point. So just know that whatever you're looking for, just be honest with yourself. There's no wrong answer. There is no right answer when it comes to other people looking at what you want. It's only right when it comes to what do you want? Be honest with yourself because you can't find the love that you want until you know what you want. Some people run across it and they say, oh, you get it when you're not looking for it. And I say, not true. Not true. You know what you want. And sometimes you get not what you think you want, but what you think you deserve. We're going to be talking about that in the next video, next week. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Carol DeChaine. Again, you can connect with me at my website, which is connecttojoy.com. It'll be below the link in the video. And you also can listen to my podcast of Living Your Limitless Life, which is on pretty much most of the podcast channels. And of course, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell notification if you would like to know the next time that a video comes out. I'm a certified life and business coach, as well as an intuitive and a certified Marconic multidimensional energy practitioner and teacher. Until next week, remember love is everywhere and nowhere sometimes, it feels like. It's up to you to decide how you want to have that in your life. Connect higher, reach in, know what you want, and ask for it. And you will find out either why you don't have it so you can adjust it, or it will show up immediately in your life. Until next week.